It can turn you over in a hurry. Hence the 5 turnovers in the first 3 minutes by Luka.
Yep.
But to have that big of an impact, the mere fact that we're talking about it, and I can assure you we're not the only ones talking about it, lets you know the impact that Porzingis' technical ejection had on this ball game, which it should have never done. If you lose the ball game, if he stays in, I don't get what did it hurt by letting him stay in. Okay, I don't think Adam Silver guys, you gotta, this game was getting out of hand. Skip, I can see if it was out of hand, guys was getting chippy earlier. And, you had a lot of back and forth, and it's like, okay, calm it down.
Yep.
But that's not what happened.
That is not what happened. In the big picture, if there's any silver lining for the Mavericks, I think Luka, he talked about it after the game, he really appreciated that Porzingis came to his defense.
Absolutely.
That was a big breakthrough moment for them in their growth as a dynamic duo.
I forget the player, but you remember when the player hard fouled LeBron, and then all of a sudden he got on the corner, and then Kyrie hip checked him out of bounds?
Yep.
Right, that's what
Okay.
If you're going to grab my player and spin him around, guess what? First chance I get, I'm going to spin you around. That's just the way it works. That's in any sport, Skip.
Yep.
You hit my player in baseball. You hit my best player. What is the pitcher going to do on the other team?
Okay.
He's going to brush you. He's going to hit you.
Okay. Now, back to your man, Luka. He was highly impressive in one way last night, and that was taking high-quality defenders into the lane. He has a gift, a knack. He has a genius for somehow, at a slower speed, it's awkward to defend because it's kind of hesitation. It's like, oh, I think I got him, and then I don't got him.
Right.
I think I've trapped him here. I think I've stopped him cold in his tracks, and all of a sudden, he's shifting into some other weird gear, and he's Euro-stepping around me.
The problem is, Skip, is that he's moving so slow, and you're moving so fast, you beat him to a spot, and he's not even to that spot yet.
He's not to the spot yet.
So he goes in a different direction.
Right, and he's not going to jump stop on you. He's still moving.
Right.
He's still got his dribble weirdly. And this was a big night for him because he took on 3 highest quality wing-type defenders who are his size or bigger.
Yes.
And they're all stronger, and they're all grown men, as you might say, right?
Absolutely, yep.
And he was taking a beating and giving it back.
Right.
He was getting to the rim. Even Kawhi would get frustrated because it's like, I had him, and at the last second, I didn't have him.
Pause.
I beat him to the spot, and then he beat me to the rim. It's some weird gift that he has.
It is.
It's Rodman-esque because everything's below the rim. It's not like he's going to high fly on you and slam on you. Nope, he doesn't do that. And I'm going to remind everybody again, he's not a good shooter, but last night he's been a very average to below average free throw shooter this year. By the way, he shot 75.8% from the free throw line for the whole regular season. That ranked 85th of 118 free throw shooters. So it's not great. But look what he did last night.
14 to 15.
14 to 15 will work.
Yes.
He better start making because that's Harden-esque.
Well, Skip,
because he can get to the line.
And he'll be just like Harden. If he shoots 80%, he'll average 30 points a game for the next 4 or 5 years.
Totally agree. 3-point shooting, no good.
No, no
for
good.
the regular season, he's 31.6%, which ranked 140th of 147. He's almost at the bottom of 3-point shooting. He did make a couple, 2 for 6, but one of the 4 misses was a big old air ball.
Yes.
Okay, he's not. He can fix that. We've seen Magic, we've seen Jordan work through it and figure out a shot. That Magic figured out a set shot, just a feet on the floor shot. And it started to work. Well, this kid's only 21.
21. Yeah, it might be 20, 21.
I think he's 21 now. Whatever. But he's got lots of time to try to figure that out.
Skip, he's trying to step back from 40.
Okay. All right. But he's got guts now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely, Skip. Once like you said, he's 21 years of age. So in a couple of years, when he gets that, if he can shoot 35%, Skip, we're not asking him to be Steph Curry.
No.
You're not asking him to shoot 40%.
It would really make him lethal going into the lane.
He averaged 40. If he shoots 40,
if you had to start honoring the step-back jumper, or it's not a jumper, it's just a set shot.
Right.
If you had to honor it, woo.
Now that's what makes James Harden so special, Skip, is because he created that shot because we know he can slither his way to the basket. And Luka has some. Skip, Luka is stronger than you think. When you look at him, you're looking like, man, I don't see no muscle. He ain't got no muscles like Kawhi or LeBron.
No.
He ain't muscular chisel like that.
No.
But all I know is guys be bouncing off him, and he going right to the rim and laying it up.
He actually looks better post-hiatus than he did before. I think he's done some good things to his upper body. The point is, he took a beating last night. And I don't know if we have the video of him walking up the ramp to the locker room. He looked like he was a battered soul, man. He took I don't know if we have, but here we go. Look, it just looks like he was, look at this. He just looked beaten, battered, worn out. He gave a lot of energy and took a lot of abuse in that game. And Paul George made a strong point, I believe it was on ESPN in the post-game interview, that we went after him and we took a lot out of him. And if this is going to be a long series, it's going to wear on Luka. So I'm going to be very interested. He is a sore, tired young man. He's probably still asleep. I hope he's still asleep right now. That when he wakes up, I know he's just 21, whatever it is, but this took a lot out of him last night.
What he does have on his side, Skip, is youth. And when you're young, your body can recover a lot better. Now, he gets to be 30, and he takes a beating like that, he will feel that a lot more than what he feels it. Because when you're 21, Skip, you don't even, you're like, man, you just pop up out of bed and everything is hunky-dory. But for him to have, and he's gaining confidence, Skip, he's like, hold on, I'm doing this to a two-time Defensive Player of the Year. I'm doing this to Paul George, a preeminent defender in all the NBA. I'm doing this to Pat Bev because they tried to put Pat Beverly on him, and Pat, he's like,
for a while it worked.
He's like, Pat, you're just too small. Marcus Morris, and we know Marcus is not a great defender, but he's physical. He's going to just try to beat you with physicality. And he's like, no, I'm going to the rim, and you can't stop me.
Now, the Clippers did not ever resort to let's take the ball out of his hand. They just said, we're going to play you straight up. They're proud of who they are.
Because, Skip, when you double somebody, when you start trying to take the ball out of his hands, they have guys that are capable of making three-point shots. And I don't think Doc wanted them to get back into a rhythm because in the first half, they had a nice rhythm. They were 12 or 21. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, they went stone ice cold. In the second half, they were 3 and 19. So what that told me is that Doc's like, look, we're going to play him straight up. We'll let Luka do his thing. Hopefully he'll cool off here. But we don't want to let Seth Curry, we don't want to let these guys, Hardaway Jr., get hot from the three-point line because that's what got him back in the game and gave him that big lead, Skip.
I agree.
Is the three-point ball.
Okay, now to why I still love the Clippers. This team is mentally tough from top to bottom. It's got a bunch of, if you want to say dogs, you know, who have that dog in them. They're a bunch of guys who will take and make big shots. And the one thing that impressed me last night was I thought they were still going to lose the game even without Porzingis because it's the kind of game where you keep saying, okay, we're okay, we're okay, we're okay. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And you blow it because they rise up without Porzingis and start making shots of their own. And if we could see what happened down the stretch, starting with 4:27 left, look who made shot after shot after shot. Here's the first one. This is Mr. Leonard, who had a big game last night with 29 and 12 and 3 steals and 6 assists. That was a big basket. That put them up 5. Then the next one is 3:06 left. Here comes Pat Bev from the corner, and he had missed a couple, and he shot that one like he meant it, and that put them up 6. And here comes the newcomer, Marcus Morris, and he just said, no, I got this. And that put them up 7. These are dagger kind of shots that hold off Dallas. And finally, it's Paul George's turn. And he just says, I got this. Boom. And that was basically the dagger ball game up 8. So they kept making big shots from different sources because all those guys are mentally tough clutch shooters when called upon.
This was the Marcus Morris that they thought they were getting from the Knicks. The way he played last night.
And by the way, do you recall what happened? That was a bidding war to the wire between the Lakers and the Clippers. And at the wire, the Knicks said, we want, to the Lakers, we want Kyle Kuzma. Are you going to or are you going to not? So right now, you could have Marcus Morris if you didn't have Kyle Kuzma.
The thing is that basically at first it was just going to be, you know, we're going to trade some parts and some cash. But then the Lakers were unwilling to part with Kuz, but the Clippers
had a first that they could give.
Yes, and the Clippers ended up trading a player and a first.
Okay, so are you happy right now you have Kyle Kuzma instead of Marcus Morris?
Yeah, I'm happy with Kuz.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
He is your biggest X factor. He comes and he goes, he hits and he misses. Marcus Morris is there every night.
No,